So we'll start in with our heart beds. So support the length of your spinal column with the back of your skull at the highest point. So if you are using some encyclopedias, then go ahead and stack them right underneath your support that you're using and rest your head right on top of that. Beautiful. And then go ahead and rest those beautiful eyes. Give yourself permission here to undo. The knuckles can be heavy, so you can feel the palms curl. Feel how the body can come into this shape, this passive back bend, under efforted. So if you can squeeze the palms into the fingers into the palms and then relax. And then notice where your elbows are. You can give them a deliberate press into the floor and then surrender that press. Notice where the sit bones are on the mat, on the floor, and feel a magnetic pull towards each other. You might even press into the feet, and you might feel a lift and then a lowering. So as you lower down and you surrender all the weight, feel your lower back drop into the support. And then carry your awareness up into the shoulders and allow your shoulders now to move upward towards the ceiling and towards each other. And notice how the heart drops in. And then surrender that weight. Let them drape a little bit more, a little heavier. And take a breath into that heart center. And while you're in the heart center, go ahead and form your intention for your practice. What are you calling into this beautiful moment? As a collective, connecting outward from our hearts to all those beautiful hearts around the planet. May they feel this ease, this effortlessness, and all this shimmering love start to fill them up. So they can feel into that internal grin, that internal smile, a joy that starts to grow through each moment, through the good and the bad, whatever we label it. From the heart, travel down now to the knees. Feel the knees and let them knock. If the knees if they're bent, you can heel toe the feet wider, or let the legs splay outward. Come into whatever shape feels delicious here. And then dive deeply into that breath. And as we center in here together, notice how deep the breath is, how full. Any subtle sensations in the rib cage. Let's take 2 cleansing breaths before we start to control our breath. The more we can control our breath, the more we can control the mind. So let's take that next inhale all the way in and up through the nose. A light little pause filled with breath here. And then exhale it all out. A natural sigh. Invite sound. And then again, one more just like that. Inhale, clean and cleanse, pause filled. Exhale, rinse it all out. We'll come into our Apana breath for the last week of February, this heart-based breath. Go ahead and inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll start with equal breath. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And out 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And out 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And out 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And out 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And out 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to equal breath now. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Let that wave of breath flow out now. Notice how far, as you dive into your next natural breath, notice how you feel. The back of the rib cage, back of the shoulders. Notice that fullness. As we sweep out those dark corners and shine that light, feel the fullness now as you fill up the lungs, entering those places that might have been stagnant, compressed. Feel the prana, this vital life energy, start to seep in. Notice what that oxygen advantage feels like in your body. A tingling, a shimmering. Feel that deep gratitude for yourself, for doing the hard work of pranayama, breath work. Filling yourself up with everything you need. And one more breath, just like that. If the legs are splayed out, go ahead and point the toes up, drag one heel and feel the other leg. Notice how it participates. And now as you drag the other leg, notice the other side. You might feel these light little presses of muscular effort. Then go ahead and press into both feet from the heel to the big toe to the baby toe and lift the sit bones up off of the floor, lengthen them down, and then lower them, just hammocking off the floor. So not a lot of weight coming down, and then lift, lengthen, downward, and then lower. And one more just like that. Feel the fluidity of that lower spine now. As it comes down into the floor, all the weight comes down, down, down. Notice the sensations on one side and then the other. And then drag the sit bones just a hair one way so you can roll the other. Take your props, do a little light housekeeping, and let them come over as you come down flat. Let the knees remain bent for a moment so you can feel the weight underneath the pelvis, and sweep your awareness to the shoulders, a little rock of the back of the skull. Lengthen through one leg at a time and feel what flat is like on this beautiful day. Let the toes have the dance of joy. And then feel that sweet surrender in the whole entire body. As you scan the soles of the feet, the heels, feel the calf on one side surrender and then the other. Feel all the way in through the knees, all the way into the upper thigh, down into the mat, from one side to the other. Feel one whole entire leg. Wherever your awareness goes first, pour your awareness into that leg. And then pour your awareness in to the other leg. There's no right or wrong here. Feel the sit bones, the lower lumbar spine, the mid spine of the thoracic to the shoulders, a light little rock of the skull, feeling the sensation in the neck in this moment. And then come into stillness. Feel into that heart center. Gather up that intention for your practice. This amazing opportunity that we have to bring in a new frequency, heart-based vitality, sending it all the way through your body. And one more breath, just like that. Go ahead and start to bend one leg and feel the opposite leg, how it responds to that one leg bending. Then bend the other leg and feel the opposite side. Have the arms out by your side now. We're going to come into otter. So let it be super playful. So go ahead and bring that inner child. Bring one hand to the heart. Just choose one hand. right into your heart center and draw a line from the heart center over to that opposite shoulder, length of the arm, and let yourself roll to that side luxuriously. And then draw a line all the way back. Let the arm unfurl. And then the other side comes in, drawing a line over to the other. Notice how the head and the neck can roll like this. Notice what's on the floor rolling. A nice little massage. Let it be heavy on the floor. Like an antennae to the circulation. A little mindful compression one way and then the other. Move fluidly, smoothly, any which way that feels good now. In Otter, there's not many instructions, so allow yourself gently to move from one side to the other. And how about one more each side? And then rest that effort. Let the knees remain bent for a moment, heel toe them just a bit wider, hands on the lower belly. The thumbs can touch the first finger and you can frame the navel with the elbows bent. So you can sense and feel the digestion underneath the palms. Feel the warmth or coolness, whatever you're generating, let it be. The inner knees knock, sensing and feeling that lower spine to the shoulders, all the way up through the neck, the throat, to the middle of the brain, where you think that that might be. If you want to be specific, go ahead and keep the eyes closed. Take the physical eyes and look upward without moving the head to the top of your head. You feel a little sensation, a tug. Relax that effort and go ahead and float into that sensation if you can. Another breath just like that. Feeling and sensing a melting as we dissolve and let go any tight woven knots here. That intention to release and open up into that new vitality that's surging through. And then from here, we'll keep this shape. You can go ahead and grab your block. I'm going to represent an encyclopedia. So if you have an encyclopedia close by, instead of lifting it, you just press it close to the body. So it's a really free, nice book that can really slide easily. So with the knees bent, feet hip distance apart, go ahead and bring the arms by your side. If you have a yoga block, it can be on your belly. You'll press into the arms beside you and let the shoulders come down first, and then relax that effort. We'll do that 2 more times. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, send the back of the shoulders to the floor, length of the arms press to the fingertips. Give it a nice press. You might even feel an arcing of the spine. And then relax that effort. One more just like that. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, send the back of the shoulders to the floor. Press and stamp down the arms, fingertips. Hold that press, and now press into both feet. Heel, big toe, baby toe, and let the pelvis gently come up, up, up in a bridge pose. Just feel the pelvis up. Now take the block or just gently bring the book underneath the pelvis and surrender all your weight down. Give the back of the skull a little rock and roll from one side to the other. Take your time. Notice the length as you rock. Does it feel like it's growing? Or maybe it just feels good. Then come into your stillness. The chin might be slightly closer to the heart center. Feel into the length from the shoulders, this upper triangle, from one shoulder to the other, to the back of the skull. Notice that whole area highlighted in the mind's eye. Press into the left foot just a little bit more into the floor. Let the right one float up and feel the hinge. Notice by the hip as the thigh comes a little closer to the belly, a little closer. Flex that foot and send it up to the ceiling. The arms can be down. Feel the stability. What's on the floor? Your foundation, your shoulders, the upper triangle, the pelvis, the foot. Then start to circle that right long and strong leg and just feel the pelvis. Notice the weight, the hip, the core. And then all the way the other way, so the other direction, a circular motion. The leg can start to move. If the leg can't move, maybe the foot moves around the ankle. You can do a little bit of both if you can. If your awareness will allow the foot to roll while the leg is rolling, please do. And then relax and soften. Let the thigh come into the belly. Reach all the way up. Interlace behind that knee and send the shoulders back into the floor. Calf, let it rest on the fingers. Lengthen through the other leg now, like a runner's stretch. Just feel that. And you know me, I never say stretch. So feeling into the groin, just noticing what you feel. Coming into a lengthening here. So flex now the left foot. So the heel feels like it's getting a little longer, and the toes feel like they're pointing to your nose. Give a little lift of that leg upward to whatever height feels good. And notice how it starts to lower now. All the details of lowering it downward to the floor. As it finds the floor, let it soften into that support. And then notice the right knee without any force, any struggle here. Come a little closer to the shoulder maybe. Just notice that conversation. So the connection of the right knee to the shoulder, just noticing that. Then point those left toes out. Feel the inseam. That's where our core line starts, the inner big toe edge. Lift. Feel that inseam lift upward. Just notice what that's like. And as it lowers, feel all the muscles responsible for this action. When it feels the support, notice those same muscles loosen their grip. Notice where the conversation goes to, maybe to the shoulders to soften, maybe to that right knee and hip crease to let go and lengthen, lengthen, lengthen into a beautiful squeeze, all on its own, without force or struggle. And then the left toes will come inward. And remember, we don't have to force that. So once they feel like they're coming inward, let it lift upward. The whole leg. Notice how heavy it might be. And then lower. Once it finds its support, let it. And then notice that conversation. How long does it take to get to that right knee? Make it a game. One more breath just like that, allowing stillness in this shape. Go ahead and bend that left knee and bring it up. So now both knees are bent. Widen through the fingers and place the palm on the kneecap. Wrap the knees up with the fingers like a starfish, wrapping up. Bend the elbows more and pull the thighs to the belly. Send them over to one side. Lengthen through those elbows. Let them press out. Over to the other side. Feel all four corners of the back of the pelvis. Pull them towards you. And then now start to soften this circle. A fluid-like circular motion. One way. The inner big toes can touch. The heels don't have to. The inner knees might be touching. Noticing that inseam here, your core line. What is the other direction like now? In this circular motion. Beautiful. And how about one more just like that? Then take that right foot down. Let the arms come down, palms down. Flex that left foot. Other side, let it come up. Start to circle it. Notice what this circle is like. Does it get a little larger each time? Or does it feel better to be small? A micro movement. Like you're drawing these laser beam circles from the heel on the ceiling. What's the other direction like? Knowing that the foot can move around the ankle. The shoulders might tense up. They like to do most of this work, especially if we're doing something new in the body. Just notice where these pathways of tension easily come in. Might be the palms for some, the jaw, the shoulders. They like to do it for you. We can thank them. And then pause there, bend that knee and let the thigh come towards the belly. Reach for that foot. Interlace behind the knee and let the calf come down on the fingers. Lengthen through the other side now. So that right side long and strong like a yawn. Flex that foot. The heel comes out, the toes to the nose, thereabouts. So just feel that long, the length from the heel all the way up the back of that right leg. And then go ahead and lift it off the floor. Notice what that's like. The muscles will squeeze the bones, noticing how that feels. And then all the way downward. Once it feels that support, let it flop. Notice the conversation now of the left knee to that left shoulder. Does it come a little closer? And then send the right toes outward. Feel the inseam of the foot all the way that big toe line. Let it lift up. Notice those muscles now. And then coming downward slowly. Find the floor and let it flop. And notice how quickly the conversation goes through the body to remind us to come out of contraction, to lengthen to our new normal. Each breath, hydrating from the inside out. Send those right toes all the way inward. Feel the roll on the heel. Lift. And as you lower, notice those muscles on this side. Relax and soften when you can. Feel and sense that sweet surrender as that left knee comes inward maybe. And one more breath just like that in this shape. Then go ahead and let that foot, the left foot, come down, bend up the right knee, and let the hands and the arms, both arms by your side now. Take a deep inhale, send the shoulders down the length of the arms, hold that press as you press into the feet and hover over your encyclopedia or your block. Take it right out and feel behind the pelvis. Take the shoulders and shrug them. Let them drag on the floor towards the ears. Roll through the top of the spine down into the floor. Mid-spine. Lower. And then drag the fingers down. Elbows. Shoulders. Roll to the knuckles on the floor and surrender. Let one leg come nice and long and then the other. Feel the length of the body. Let the toes dance. Lengthening, lengthening, feeling nice and long. And one more breath just like that. Then go ahead and bend up at one knee. Doesn't matter which one. Drag the sit bones to that side and roll to the other. Let yourself come up on your forearms. So the hands can be, for some, if your lower back is sore, the top of the hands, the knuckles, can be underneath the lower back for support when we come into hammock. So let the shins come up. So here we are in a nice little hammock sway. The nose can be pointed at the knees. You can start to close the eyes while you feel into the back of the pelvis, rolling onto the floor once again. We'll allow this to be the antennae to our circulation. this mindful press with the side effect of working our core. You can lengthen through one leg at a time, spin the ankle around, the foot around the ankle, let it twirl. Notice how the core, layer upon layer, work. So if there's anything you've been struggling with, go ahead and throw it into the fire, this Agni in the belly, this flame. Maybe both knees can lengthen one way like a tick-tock. Prepping this beautiful area for our next pose. So feeling this place now on one side and the other. Core's nice and strong. Soften the effort. Let the feet come down to the floor as you simply rock the knees and let yourself roll over to one side and come on up. We're going to start with cat and cow, but I want you to have a stack of books or a block, maybe 2 blocks, or a chair. We're going to come into Malasana, simple squat. So I'm going to bring that closer to the wall. But until then, I'm going to come onto my hands and knees and come into cat and cow. So on your next natural breath, inhale, look forward. Exhale, round. Coming into this, and notice where your awareness goes to now. Feel the front as you inhale, the front of the heart center open up, lengthen, and as you exhale, feel the back of the heart open up and press towards the sky. Each rib opening up as you inhale, and as you exhale, a beautiful hug on one side, opening on the other. And how about one more? And then come into tabletop. Let yourself come up so that you're ready to come in and sit down. And you might even come into your Virasana, which is hero pose, with the knees like a thunderbolt. And that might feel delicious for you. So let the sit bones come nice and heavy. And notice what that's like. And then help one leg come up. And just feel that. And if that feels okay, then the other side. And if you're close to the wall, just let yourself be away from it and heel toe your feet wider, as wide as your shoulders, and let the belly come through so that the heels can come closer to your support and the belly through. Then take one arm on the inside of that thigh, press it out, and then the other one on the other side, press it out. Palms together. Feel the press of the inner thighs on the arms. Close the eyes. Notice where you feel that in the back body. Let the forehead come down. rounding the spine just a wee bit more. So you can rest the forehead on the thumbs maybe, or thereabouts. Let the legs relax. Arms no longer have to press. Head can come up, and then relax that effort. Take one leg down at a time. So notice this shape of your body. So this is back into hero pose, and maybe the other one down. So come right back out of it. Usually we come standing up and then down, but today we're going to stay down on our mat. Nice. Lift the arms, come on over to one side, lower one hand by the knee, one hand can be resting on the back of your pelvis, either on your support. I'm going to keep it on the pelvis. Coming into seated moving twist. Inhale, look back. Feel the length from your sit bones up. Exhale, forward, round. Then inhale, look back. Let yourself lengthen. Exhale, let one shoulder come back, the other shoulder forward, and round. And one more just like that. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Then go ahead and come on over to the other side. Lift the arms. Let yourself rotate to the other side. One hand on the pelvis, one hand on the outer leg. Feel that length as you inhale and look back. Exhale, forward and round, chin to chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. And one more just like that. And then allow yourself to come forward. Coming all the way down to your mat now in a seated. From seated, all the way onto your back with your knees bent. Knees are bent, hip distance apart, heel toe the feet, knees knock. Thumbs can touch, first finger, rest it on the lower belly. And then notice through the palms, all the way through to the floor. Notice that area, broad and wide, maybe a little closer to the floor. Maybe you can feel every detail. We've moved into this valuable real estate now. From this area to the shoulders. Feel into the center of the brain. Notice what you notice. Coming into that pose very similar, but on our backs. So we're going to come into half happy baby. So the right foot can come up. You can hang on right below the calf at the back of the knee, and the elbow can come down, and the knee can be pointed towards the armpit on the outer edge. Just feeling that. For some of you, you might want to lasso the foot, and you could pull it down a little bit with a strap, or you can reach up on the inside or the outside of the foot and just allow gravity through the arm. No pulling needed here. Gravity is our friend. So wherever you are, I'm going to represent holding on at the back of the knee, elbow out. So with the hand, wherever it is, press the right leg into the hand. The hand offers a little resistance. You feel a little bit of muscular effort on that side, and then soften that effort as much as you comfortably can. Relax through the jaw, the shoulders, sending a wave of relaxation through the body. And one more breath just like that. And then bend that knee and let that foot come down. From here, simply sway the knees and feel where the feet are on the floor. And come into the big toe edge and the baby toe edge, allowing one hip to rise up. Feel that big toe edge root. And then slowly the other side. The knees sway. The hands can rest on the pelvis, feeling the edges of the bowl of the pelvis. As one lifts, the other one lowers. You can even use the hand to help it come down as the knees sway from side to side. A playful sway. And then one more, just like that. And then we'll come on over to the other side. So leave the right foot down, that knee bent, and let the left side come into the belly. Hang on wherever it feels good behind the knee. Let the elbow come out for support. And that knee pointing to the armpit or downward, feeling that sensation. For some of you, it might be better to use a strap, or you can bring the hand, if it feels under efforted, onto the sole of the foot, the outer edge, or the inner edge. So whatever feels delicious there. I'll represent behind the knee on this side once again. See if you can surrender that effort for one more breath before we come into just a little bit of pendiculation, which is just a little bit of a squeeze and a release, like a yawn. So go ahead and press the leg into the hand. The hand offers resistance. Notice the muscular effort, and then relax and soften. You might want to come into that 2 or 3 times, or maybe once is enough to really release. You might even notice it releases tight woven bands in the forehead, temple, shoulders. The body is intimately related. Here we are working on the hip. Maybe that right shoulder will release. So maybe one more little press and then relax. Bring that foot down. Hands on the hips. Sway the knees from side to side. Let one hip rise up while the other lowers. Let yourself be nice and playful with the legs here. Might feel now like more elastic than plastic of that pelvis. And now coming into our happy baby, full happy baby. Bring the hands behind the knees Or maybe for you, it's on the feet. Lengthen through one leg at a time. Use the elbow to the shoulder to rest into the floor, your support. Let the foot roll around the ankle. And slowly from side to side now. Right off of the spinal column. Let the back of the skull roll. Connect to that inner child. Feel that joy start to permeate and move around the whole entire body. A playfulness. Go ahead and come into the center. Give yourself a little hug so the arms can come around the shins or where the knees bend, or wherever you can. In a nice rolled up ball, let the head come up, chin to chest, and just feel the spinal column like this. Take a deep breath if you can. Exhale it all out and hold it, this ball, in the exhale. On your inhale, back of the head comes down. As you deep breathe now, 1 foot at a time comes down slowly. Let yourself come into your Shavasana. Lengthening through one leg at a time over your support or flat, whatever's calling your name. Use your blanket as a blanket, or maybe as some weight from your thigh to your lower belly. You might even like something over the eyes, so you can feel a little weight on the eyelid. Notice how you feel. As you relax just a little bit more here. Muscles around the eyes soften. Feel this softening gently flow through the facial tissues as they smoothen out. That deep relaxation response moves downward throughout the body, the shoulders, the hips, the legs. Feeling strong, supported, held. Let yourself rest there. This is taken from Sousa Silver Marie. Sousa Silver Marie. Say that 10 times. Dancing the planet. The turmoil of our times dances around the world, stamping, frenzied, furious. Kali destroying, Durga creating. In the storm that tosses tiny earth, let us cry and whirl with them. Earth's equilibrium demands that we dance the planet. Dancing the planet. The turmoil of our times dances around the world, stamping, frenzied, furious. Kali destroying, Durga creating. In the storm that tosses tiny earth, let us cry and whirl with them. Earth's equilibrium demands that we dance the planet. Thank you, Sousa Silver Marie. Let the breath deepen here. As you wake up into this love-infused, joyful vibration. Long, luxurious stretch, a hugging in, a roll from side to side. Let yourself pause on one side. Feel that deep appreciation for yourself, for simply showing up. Use the strength within now to press into the floor and roll up. The head can come up last. Come into your comfortable seat, whatever that might be. Every day, something a little different. The knees don't have to bend. And the wall is a beautiful thing to lean into. Beautiful. Feel the length of your spine from the sit bones all the way up through the palate, through the crown. Bring the palms together in front of that heart center. Feel that warmth, this appreciation on the inside. Take the thumbs to the sternum, just a little press of support. Take a breath into all that support within and around. A light little bow as we pour this out beyond these walls as loving kindness to all. Namaste. And thank you for your practice.